Hello everyone, welcome to back once again in my YouTube channel, that is SS Account. So in this video we are going to solve one practical problem on forfeitures and reissue of shares. So what do you mean by reissue of shares? I have explained very well in my previous videos, so you can watch that. So here reissue of shares originally issued at par and reissued at discount. Okay, so we will solve one practical problem on reissue of shares originally issued at par and reissued at discount. Okay, see here, if the shares of company are reissued at discount, the amount of discount should not exceed the total balance of forfeited shares account. The following journal entry is passed for this purpose. When there is a reissue of shares originally issued at par and it is reissued at discount, at that time the journal entries will be, see here, bank account debit, okay, shares forfeited account debit, to share capital account, to share premium account. If there is a premium, so we can add this entry to share premium account. In bank account debit, we have to take number of shares reissued multiply with number of reissue per share. Next, shares forfeited account debit. In this column we have to take the amount, the loss of reissue of shares, if any. Okay, to share capital account, in this column we have to take the number of shares reissued multiply with amount called up as capital. Next, to share capital account, in this column we have to take the number of shares reissued multiply with amount of premium on reissue per share, if any. So like this we have to make the entry, being forfeited shares reissued. See the practical problem on this. Okay, fine. Anil Company Limited issued for subscription 2000 shares of rupees 100 each, payable as on application rupees 20, on allotment rupees 30, on first call rupees 20 and on final call rupees 30. See here Anil Company Limited issued how much? 20,000 shares, and this 100 each, here it is the face value, and payable as on application it is 20 per share, on allotment rupees 30 per share, on first call 20 and on final call it is the 30, means total it will be 100, means here shares are issued at par. Applications were received for 3000 shares. See here, company issued here 2000 shares and applications received for 3000 shares, means this is the case of over subscription. Next, 2000 shares were allotted to the applicants for 2400 shares. The remaining applications for 600 shares were refused and application money thereon was refunded. Next, excess application money adjusted against allotment. All the amount were duly received except from Mr. Sunil, to whom 80 shares were allotted. He failed to pay first call and final call. Here Mr. Sunil, he was allotted 80 shares, but he failed to pay the first call and final call, means this is the case of calls in arrear. Next, see here, his shares were forfeited. After that, company decided to forfeit Mr. Sunil's shares. Okay, according to that, his shares were forfeited and these shares were reissued to Mr. Karthik has fully paid at rupees 80 per share. So pass the journal entries for forfeitures and reissue of shares. So this is the question which is based on reissue of shares originally issued at par. Okay, here issued at par and reissued at discount. So what do you mean by here discount? This is the new for you. So see here, at par means what? When shares are issued on its face value, that is at par. Okay, and when shares are issued at more than its face value, that is the premium. So both this I have explained very well. Okay, now what do we mean by here discount? See here, when shares are issued less than its face value, that is known as at discount. See the one example, when a company issues shares of rupees 100 at rupees 90, then the difference between these two, that is 100 minus 90, rupees 10 is the difference between these two. This is the face value and company here issued at 90, so difference is here rupees 10 is the amount of discount. Means when shares are issued less than its face value, this is the face value and company issued at 90, means less than its face value. In that situation, we can say the company, the shares are issued less than its face value, means here shares are issued at discount. See, in these questions, the face value of each share is here 100, and here at the time of reissue, company here issued, here Mr. Karthik has fully paid at rupees 80 per share, means these shares are issued at 80 per share. Okay, so we can say here we can say the shares are issued at discount. Okay, fine. See the next one here. Number of shares issued are here 2000 shares, and applications received are here 3000 shares. Means we can say this is the case of oversubscription. Next, see here, face value is given in this problem, that is 100 per share, and on application it is 20 per share, on allotment it is 30 per share, on first call it is 20 per share, and on final call it is 30 per share. If you add this all four, so total will be here 100. So we can say here shares are issued at par. Okay. Next, see here 2000 shares allotted to the applicants for 2400 shares. Means here who applied for 2400 shares, company allotted them only 2000 shares. Okay. And 600 shares were rejected. From this 3000 shares, who applied for 2400 shares, company allotted them only 2000 shares, and remaining means from this 3000, 2000 shares were allotted, and remaining that will be 1000. From that 1000, 600 shares were rejected, and remaining 400 shares adjusted against the allotment. Okay, next see here Mr. Sunil, who was allotted 80 shares. Okay, and he failed to pay the first and final call, means we can say this is the case of calls in arrear, and here company took the decisions and company forfeited Mr. Sunil's shares. See here Mr. Sunil, to whom 80 shares were allotted. Okay, he was allotted 80 shares, but he failed to pay the first and final call. This is the case of calls in arrear, but his shares were forfeited. Okay, so this is the case of calls in arrear. After that, company took the decisions and forfeited Mr. Sunil's shares. After that, here company what did? See here, these forfeited shares, means these Mr. Sunil's forfeited shares are reissued. Reissued means what? It is resold. Resold to Mr. Karthik at the rate of 80 per share. Okay, so here, okay, so we can say here original value of share is here 100 per share, means face value of share is here 100 per share, but company here reissued to Mr. Karthik, that is 80 per share, means we can say here shares are issued at a discount. Original price of share is here 100, but at the time of resold, here company resold these shares to Mr. Karthik at the rate of 80 per share, means this is less than its face value. So we can say here shares are issued at discount. See here once again, discount means what? When shares are issued less than its face value. Okay, so here face value is here 100. Okay, face value of each share is here 100, but here company reissued at the rate of 80, means this is the case of, means here a company issued these shares at discount. So here we can say, see here, reissue of shares originally issued at par, means this is the question which we can see here. Here shares are issued originally issued at par, but reissued at discount. But at the time of reissue, the shares are reissued at discount. Okay, so here because it is the less than its face value, here face value is 100 and company reissued at the rate of 80. So we can say at discount. Okay, next see here, calculations of calls in arrear. In the books of Anil Company Limited, calculation of calls in arrear. First call and final call. Here Mr. Sunil, one second. Here Mr. Sunil, he was allotted 80 shares and he failed to pay the first and final call money. So here first call money per share is here. First call money per share is here 20 and final call money per share is here 30. Okay. See the calculation. First call money here Mr. Sunil, he was failed to pay the 80 shares and first call money per share is here 20. Similarly, final call money per share is 30 and he failed to pay the 80 shares. So multiply both, it will come. First call money calls in arrear is 1600 and final call calls in arrear is 2400. Next new entry, see here, balance of forfeited account transferred to capital reserve account. So this will explain you. I will explain this later. Okay, fine. Now see the journal entries. See here, first entry will be calls in arrear entry, that is share capital account debit to calls in arrear account to forfeited shares account. Okay, and being 80 shares on which calls are not received forfeited. Okay, here Mr. Sunil, he was failed to pay the 80 shares on first call and final call, and his shares are forfeited. Okay, so here we have to write first of all two calls in arrear. Okay, so here total will be, see here, 1600 plus 2400. This total will be 4000. Okay, after that write two forfeited shares account column, that is here 80 shares were forfeited. We have to take here 80 shares multiply with how much amount received. So here, see here, in question, that is on application here 20 and on allotment rupees 30, means here 50 received, and here Mr. Sunil, he was failed to pay the first call and final call. So we have to take only application money per share plus allotment money per share, that is 50. Okay, number of received applications we have to take here, and that one is here 50, means here 80 means here forfeited shares multiply with how much received. So application plus allotment, that is 50, multiply both, it will come 4000, and add these both, it will come 8000 in debit column, that is share capital account, in debit column, that is 8000. Okay, being 80 shares on which calls are not received, that is forfeited. Next see the new entry, that is bank account debit forfeited shares account debit to share capital account. Okay, fine. Now see here how to calculate the amount. See here, bank account debit. In this column, we have to write the amount that here Mr. Sunil, he was forfeited. He was failed to pay the 80 shares. And here company reissued these 80 shares to Mr. Karthik, that is 80 per share. Multiply both, it will come 6400. See in question, see here Mr. Sunil, to whom 80 shares. Okay, he was 80 shares he was allotted, and he failed to pay the first and final call, and these 80 shares company here forfeited, and these 80 shares company reissued to Mr. Karthik. Mr. Karthik, here company issued the 80 shares to Mr. Karthik at the rate of 80. So multiply this both, 80 into 80, that will come here 6400. 80 multiply with 80, 6400. After that, forfeited shares account debit, in this column 80 means number of shares forfeited, that one 80, multiply with 20. 20 means here difference between original price and discount price. See here, original price and discount price. Original price is here 100, and discount and at the time of reissued to Mr. Karthik, then the per share is here 80. Difference between this, that is 20. Okay, so that 20 we have to take here, multiply both, it will come 1600. To share capital account, 80 means here number 80 means here forfeited shares multiply with original price, that is face value 100, it will come 8000. Okay, so being forfeited shares reissued. So like this we have to calculate the reissue entry. Next last entry, see here, forfeited shares account debit to capital reserve account. Here we have to write this one. See here, balance of forfeited shares account transfer to capital reserve, 4000 credit minus 1600 debit is equal to 2400. See here, okay. So students, here this is the formula to transfer the capital reserve account, that is balance of forfeited shares account transfer to capital reserve account, that is 4000 credit minus 1600 debit. That one is here, see here, to forfeited shares account credit amount, to forfeited shares account credit amount, that is here 4000. Okay, see the cursor, that one is here credit balance 4000, forfeited shares account debit, so debit balance is here 1600. Okay, so 4000 minus 1600, that is 2400. That amount is transferred to capital reserve account. Okay, credit amount, we have to take forfeited shares account, that is credit amount, and forfeited shares account, that is debit balance. Difference between these two, that will be transferred to capital reserve account, and difference will come here 2400. Okay, forfeited shares account debit 2400 to capital reserve account, that is 2400. Okay, balance of forfeited shares account transferred to capital reserve account. So like this we have to make the entries for reissue of shares. Okay students, so this is the problem which is based on reissue of shares originally issued at par and reissued at discount. So what do you mean by discount? I have explained here. When the shares are issued less than its face value, we can say here it is the shares are issued at discount, and these are the two new entries for reissue of shares. Okay, so thank you very much. If you have any query, please ask me in comment box. Subscribe my YouTube channel, also like, share and comment. Thank you very much once again.